Okay, now put it up there for me.
Anybody out there got the Quest card? I need some orange juice.
That way. Now it's better because it's the way it is.
All right.
But now the volume's down.
If anybody out there got the Quest card, I need some orange juice. No.
We ain't talking about no Quest cards in the morning. I can't.
Angie, give me some orange juice. She just blocked my whole camera.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You cool. Angie, I need some orange juice.
Keep feeling like it's his show, but it's cool.
But I can't.
You know I'm coming for you because you gonna behave.
I told you my brain ain't working.
Hi, Wayne. Hi, Shantina.
Hey, Wayne and Shantina. I'm mad tired, but I'm here.
Okay, that's better. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
What's up, Juan Mac? I see you, baby. Hey, Ronnie.
World Patterson. Hi, honey. Jesus, peace.
All right. You might.
Oh, am I on good?
No, I was just checking your mic.
Plugged in.
Let me do something real fast, too. Real quick. Just make sure something.
Y'all say it sounds like you need to.
Alright, this is good.
Because the other show, my guest host was talking, her mic wasn't even on.
Alright, here we go.
Hey, what's up, Milwaukee? It's your girl, Iberia. Oh my God. It's Saved in the City, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. every Wednesday. I need you guys to be tuned in right here. I'm so excited for this week's show. Thank you for everybody that tuned in last week. It really doesn't matter what I'm saying if nobody's listening. So, I could not do this without all of you guys who are listening right now on 101.3 FM and those people who are tuned in to my Facebook Live video. We're going to get better with that, but I love you guys, everybody that's tuned in. Shout out to Montreal Kane, who is my support through this whole process, Kane Enterprises, LLC. And, of course, shout out to Luminosity Enterprises, LLC, for all the marketing support. It happens to be my company. I have to do the flyers and all that stuff, too. Yeah, I'm going to need some support, though, with that in the future. And shout out to Mima's Kitchen for sponsoring last week's Word Up Prize, which was really, really awesome. A homemade caramel cake. Brandy Dashe was the winner. So congratulations, girl. I know you're eating that cake good on today. I'm not even going to prolong the... we got so much to talk about today because my Facebook has been jumping all week over one particular topic. And I do want to say this before I introduce my amazing guest host. I'm so excited that he could fly in to come on the show. You say fly in. I mean, they're really, really important. That he could come in on this show today to kind of help me out with this topic. And I'm going to let him introduce himself in a moment. But just so you guys kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about, we were going to talk about hypocrisy today, which we do definitely need to talk about. And it may even come up in some of the conversation that we have. But what happened was last week I posted a video of a woman that was denying her husband. And so, again, this is a family show, so we're going to try to keep it as family-oriented as we can. But basically, she was turning down his advancements for relations, literally for 7 days in a row. And so I put a post up and just said, hey, wives, don't deny your husbands. And I said, some other things that we'll get into in a little bit, because it's going to get deep. It's going to get deep as we talk about between the sheets. Oh, my God. So, anyhow, before I go any further, I'm not alone. Y'all not about to just bite my head off. I have an amazing pastor, friend, just all around, just amazing person, singer. We know each other from State Choir. If you weren't in State Choir, I don't know who you was back in the day. But we was in State Choir, so we was somebody. Anyway, Justin. How you doing?
I'm good.
You like, can I talk now?
I told you earlier. I still ain't woke yet, but yeah,
wake up. How you doing, Justin?
I'm good. How's everybody doing? How you doing?
Good. What? Tell us about who you are. You got the Church of Change and all that fun stuff.
You just told them. I'm Pastor Jay Cunningham from the Church of Change. I'm sorry.
Come on in.
Listen, I'm trying to wake up. But listen, you know what it is.
The best place to be in the Bible.
Nah, Church of Change is the best place to be in Milwaukee.
Okay. I'm all right with it. Yeah, so, he's being, okay, I'm going to let him warm up because, y'all, I'm telling you, he's the one. He gonna say a couple things that might get under your skin, but it's gonna be the truth. It's gonna get you right. Okay, it's early in the morning. You laugh. You can laugh on the mic. It's cool.
I'm trying to keep my thoughts together because you're gonna make me say something.
I want you to say something. This is the platform to do it. So check it out. So like I said, last week I posted this video, and I really wanted to be sensitive as well to people who are married, and I really want this to probably go even beyond the radio show. I think we need to do an event dealing with relationships and marriage and all these different types of things. I know my pastors over at World Outreach right now are doing a series on marriage every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, so you guys definitely need to come down to World Outreach for that. But let's jump into the topic. What I'll do is I'll bring up the main question at hand, Justin, and please just kind of jump in. The question that came up after I shared this video on Facebook, and those people, go on my Facebook right now, you'll be able to see it. It's a woman who's literally laying in the bed, and her husband's like just kind of rubbing her on the arm every night, and she has a different excuse. One excuse was, I did 18 loads of laundry today. Another excuse was, I had a chili dog. So these were all the reasons why she was denying her husband. And then this is where everybody jumped on my throat, down my throat, and rightfully so. I was trying to think of something catchy. I put hashtag don't beef if you cheat. Yikes. So, and I wasn't trying to condone cheating, but I was saying it's happening. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be upset or frustrated, but I am saying that you do need to get to the root of the problem. When is it okay to deny your husband or your spouse? Not even just to put the wives on the cross, but just in general. Get in that mic too.
In general, like the only time you should really be denying your spouse of sex is either if you're during consecration, and again, if you're married. Let's be crystal clear. This is a Christian show, so marriage is the only time we're talking about spouses. So if it's your boyfriend or anything else, you don't owe them nothing.
Yes.
But we're talking about husbands and wives.
Because I did have some people jumping in there talking about some. Well, my boyfriend,
yeah.
I wanted to be like, ma'am, could you excuse yourself from the conversation?
Right. That don't apply to them. When you only time you should be talking about spouses if you married, and the only time that I feel that you should be denying a spouse is if you're on some kind of sabbatical or some kind of consecration, and even in that consecration, that's something that needs to be agreed upon. You don't just go to church and then, well, God called me to consecrate, and you ain't said nothing to the other person about it because they're not going to understand it.
That's true.
Because you heard from God, they didn't.
Exactly.
You know? And then the other time is when the woman is cleansing. Y'all know what cleansing is. Don't get new.
What's cleansing? Come on, tell the people they don't know what cleansing is. It's the cycle. It's the monthly cycle.
Yeah, when she's cleansing.
So those are the only two times.
Yeah.
So not if you have a chili dog.
Yeah, that's not an excuse.
But and then this is the beef that I was getting back. People were saying, like it's not, what did they say, logical, but they said it's not fair. Literally, someone said it's not fair because, and what I was getting was a lot of emotional responses. People were taking it very personal, and it really didn't have anything to do with that. It's really about why are you denying your spouse? Not necessarily, if you work today, because there should be a real situation. If there is a real situation, you guys need to deal with the underlying.
Well, let's be clear. My standpoint is this. Most people who get married, they get married for sex. It ain't for love. It ain't for nothing.
What? I think that's a bunch of lies.
Okay. Let me look at it like this.
Okay.
I can't go to hell for giving you half of my check. I can't go to hell for taking care of your kids, even if they ain't mine.
Okay.
I can't go to hell for none of that stuff. But I can go to hell for having sex with you and not being married to you.
You know what?
So sex is a big problem.
Okay. So I hear what you're saying. So you're coming from a church standpoint, from a biblical standpoint, for those people who have chosen to be saved, decided that they want to accept salvation, and they say, okay, let me hurry up and get married because I can't hold it out no longer.
The Bible says better to marry than to burn.
That's true. That's true.
Sex is a big situation.
So let's just deal straight out, Justin, with cheating.
What's wrong? Well, not what's wrong with it.
Child.
What aspect do you want to handle? Because cheating comes from a lot of different places. Because cheating don't just start in the bedroom. Sometimes cheating starts in the mind.
It does
before
start
you
in
ever
the
hit
mind.
the sheets.
Okay, so this is what people say. Some people say that you can have emotional affairs. That's true.
This is true.
Okay.
This is true. It's not considered infidelity unless you actually lay down with somebody else. An emotional affair is something totally different. Mm-hmm. The bottom line is this. If you don't want them to cheat, when people cheat, it ain't got nothing to do with who you sleeping with or how long you sleeping with them. Cheating is never about the other person. Cheating is always about the cheater. I've been both, so I know.
Talk about it.
Cheating is always about the cheater. When a person cheats, it's because they're selfish and they're only considering themselves at the time. Because most of the time, we never wind up with the person we cheated with anyways.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep stuff. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because again, there were so many people who were frustrated about the post. Again, they were taking it personal, but it's happening. It's happening on a regular basis, and I want to know, how do we get to the root of it if we don't want to deal with it? Because as we're talking about this woman who was denying her husband, all the women, or majority of the women, had an excuse as to why she was denying. She was too tired. This was going on and that was going on, and no one wanted to deal with, the other side. When it comes down to it, the man needs to deal with the woman needs to deal with the male.
Nobody wants to deal with the underlining issue of control, straight up and down.
Wow. So,
because your body, everybody knows when you get married, your body ain't your body. That's y'all body.
People don't be knowing that. That's the problem. People want to get married, and just because it's getting a little late, might as well get married, and they're not really taking into consideration how deep it really goes.
One thing that they don't consider is that being sexually pleasing to your spouse is a part of submission. Straight up and down. Submission means doing something that I don't necessarily wanting to do, but humbling myself enough to meet the requirements that I walk myself into. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They get into these commitments but don't want to submit to the commitment. And sex is actually a part of that commitment. Now, it's one of those type of things. And, people want to categorize how they submit. They're selective about when they submit and what they submit about. But when you come into submission, you submit to each other, because you'll think it was wrong if he didn't submit financially or didn't submit emotionally, but you won't submit sexually. And all of those are equally important in the relationship.
So I guess, the thing is, this is a question that I just had, because at some point I'd like to be married, and excuse me, but why is that? Why did that? What's funny about that now?
Nothing. You such a prude. You just.
Excuse me? Are you serious? Did you just say that?
I ain't listen. I'm not gonna put this
Where'd
business
that
on
come
the
from?
radio.
You don't know no business. He don't know no business.
I'm not gonna put this business on the radio. She don't want it.
I can take it. You don't even know. So check it out. So this is what I'm trying to get to. So at some point, I would like to be married. Hush. And the thing is, I wonder, can someone truly be? Now I'm just asking the question. I know what my own beliefs are. Married and never be with another person again.
In life?
In life.
Yeah.
I know in theory, that sounds great.
Sexual satisfaction don't come from other people. Sexual satisfaction come from you. It involves other people, but it comes from you.
So why are there so many people? Cheating in church.
Okay.
I was very surprised that Ty Tribbett had cheated on his wife. Now, I might be really late on that one because it looked like it was in 2010.
This was back when he had GA.
But still, what does that mean?
Timing has
because he
nothing
had
to
a
do
choir.
with
It was like, he had a choir. He should be cheating.
A lot of people. See, when I said before, cheating is always about the cheater, not about the person being cheated on. Right? Mm-hmm. The one thing you got to understand is a lot of people start cheating for selfish reasons. At that time in his life, he was going through something that he felt cheating would resolve.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's generally from a place of deficit.
Yes and no. Because
you're missing something.
No, because you can be getting all the booty you want at home.
I'm not saying a sexual deficit. I'm saying a deficit somewhere in your life, whether it's an emotional connection, whether it's stimulation of mental something.
Because a lot of people have what they need. A lot of people are just greedy.
Child, I can't deal.
No, seriously, a lot of people are just greedy. That, like, you could have a beautiful, for you for instance, you could have a wonderful, successful life and a husband who loves you and cares about you.
Yes.
But sex is a little bit deeper than just who you with. Sex is about stimulation.
Right.
So if you can be with a beautiful person, but if they no longer stimulate you, there's nothing you can do about that. You're going to find stimulation in other places.
Yeah.
So this is why you find so many well-off people cheating with so many people who are not even in their class. And like a lot of women start developing complexes, like why would he sleep with her? It had nothing to do with you, baby.
That's
it had
true.
something to do with his mental and sexual stimulation. It's about the stimulation. If they no longer stimulate you, your stimulation automatically triggers arousal. Period. Anytime you're mentally stimulated, it'll start triggering thoughts.
Right.
Anytime you're spiritually stimulated, it'll start triggering spiritual things. Anytime you're physically stimulated, it'll trigger arousal.
Wow. And so that's deep. That's deep, and that's kind of what I was trying to say, is that it's really not always a sexual connection when people think about it. And I think it was one of my viewers, Quentin, had said that, or someone else had said that, cheating starts well before somebody gets in the bed.
Yeah.
It starts well before that. So
Yeah.
you got to be careful, everybody, about the seeds that are planted, what you allow to step in to your life when you're going through rough things in your marriages. I really wish that we could take the conversation a little bit longer. I think we were just getting into it. I thought I was gonna have to strap you down. Justin don't be behaving. But anyhow, we got about 10 seconds, and so I want one of you guys. It's time for Word Up. I want you to give me a scripture that talks about denying your spouse or anything to do with adultery or cheating or something like that. Let me know, and if you, whoever the first person is that comes up with the scripture, will be able to win a special prize. I'll come back in a few minutes and let you know. Let's do that first song, Daytona. I thought I was going to strap you down. That was so mild.
I told you I'll bring my academic hat. I
didn't want. I
don't
ready
want
for
none
you
of
to
your
go.
viewers to cuss you out because they're gonna be like this.
Hey,
Crazy.
like I said when we started though, you gotta get in that mic.
Yeah.
It's
all good.
It's
over.
Like it don't sound like you in the hallway.
Oh, I'm
Be honest.
It's good.
well.
It's
Yeah,
over
I
now.
mean, I'm loud.
You
I'm
good
trying
stuff,
not to.
but then be like, oh, we
Right. I thought we was gonna have to have him back from the mic. That's good.
No,
All right.
thank you, baby.
Thank you. So you'll see it. Well, it'll be on your live.
Yeah, you need to dig into that song.
We are. So
Dig
maybe
into
we'll
that
go a little
tomorrow.
further if you can do on the 15th,
Yeah, Saturday.
because that'll be live.
Yeah, send me the just send me the stuff. and I'll
Details.
be
Okay.
there.
Thanks so
All right.
much. Okay.
All right, baby.
All right, man.
Hey.
Yeah. You there?
Man, you everywhere trying to get this money. I ain't mad at you. All right, good to see you, man. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I need scriptures, y'all. Give me a scripture. First person to give me a scripture is going to win an amazing prize. Come on, people. I see 20. It's like 25 of y'all on there. Somebody getting the word. It's all good though. Even when I come back though, if no one has posted anything yet, then I will still announce the prize and then I'll check later. So y'all are listening to Chris Crane right now. It's right on time. Come on in, Chris. Once you sit the baby down.
No, I bet he worked for you though, because I just worked. I just didn't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If I would have been good, then
Oh, wow. Thank you.
because he would have been good.
So when I come back, I'm gonna do I'm gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, you're live right now. Wait till the repo.
Hey.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man, I've been hearing your show to live love.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we pre-recorded today.
yeah. I've been hearing that a lot.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Saves a lot of time too.
yeah.
We was just listening to the song in the car.
Hmm?
We just listened to the song in the car.
Oh, good.
And it's actually his favorite song. Every time we get in the car.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Chris. You got it. Okay. Oh, who is that? Does it say Tanisha? Tamia? Can you see that far? Tamia Lockett?
Tasha Luckett.
Tasha, look at
Lock it
what did
there.
that scripture say?
Matthew 5:32.
Okay. You won, Tasha.
You let the full song play at the end? Give the song.
Okay. We can fade down and bring us back in, Daytona.
All right, ready?
What's up, y'all? That was Moving On by Chris Crane. Oh, my God. And we have him in the studio audience right now. We're going to talk to him in a minute, but I got to give a shout out to Tasha Lockett, who has just won the Word Up Prize of the Week. And so what you're going to get is a free Jesus Piece shirt. You see that I'm rocking it right here. And then also, you're going to get a free EP from Montre Slayton. His debut gospel album is going to be going down. So anyhow, I am so excited. I'm going to call for my assistant real quick, Afeni. I'm so excited to have Chris Crane here in the audience. If the music, moving on, I think that was so appropriate for what we was just talking about, guys, seriously. I really want to go a little bit deeper in the, when we're dealing with the topics of just marriage and relationships and being single and cheating, all that craziness that just kind of happens in our lives. Chris,
Yes.
thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I know you have a show on this station here as well.
Yes, yes.
When can they tune in?
On Saturday, we actually do every other Saturday.
Okay.
So we'll be playing this Saturday. We are this week is going to be very, very special.
Yeah.
We decided to do 2 featured artists,
Yeah.
2 featured groups, and so we're going to do this week. My artist is going to be Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wonderful.
So the first half of the show is going to be nothing but Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah,
music.
love it.
And Joe Jordan has his group. I can't remember who it is, but it's going to be something hot.
Yeah.
We're also going to do interview with Chris Project.
Okay.
We'll have him
I
on
know
the
Chris.
station. Yeah.
All the
So-
Chris's in the city.
Yeah. So what we try to do on our show is highlight, local, national artists.
Yeah,
You know,
love
'cause in this city we have some of the best musicians, some of the best artists that you're gonna hear.
I agree. I have a heart out for the local artists, and just artists in general, because I started this whole journey as an artist, and so I'm excited to sit here with you, Chris, because we've done some things together, and
Yeah.
and the one thing that I love about you is that you cannot be boxed in. Yes, people, we do know that this is saved in the city, and so we do things from a Christian perspective, but sometimes we try to box ourselves in, and everyone isn't called to the pulpit. Everyone isn't always called to, once you get saved, a lot of times you think that this is the only route. There are other ways that God can use you, other places that you can go, and you don't always have to be categorized. Yeah. So, Chris, talk about your music, where it comes from. Is there a category? Because really, we could place you in jazz, gospel. I mean, it could go anywhere.
Yeah, I think music is just expression.
Yeah.
I think we mess up a lot of times when we start trying to, you're right, categorize.
Yeah.
This is gospel music. This is R&B music. This
Yeah.
is secular music. It all comes from the same place.
Yeah, exactly.
And so for me, I think I think there should be a separation.
Yeah.
Because Christian is what you believe. And so music is music. Sometimes when I'm writing, I don't hear lyrics per se.
Yeah.
I hear sound.
Mm-hmm.
And so whatever comes to mind, that's my son.
You hear the beautiful voice, right? That's the baby.
Yeah.
This is a part of life balance.
It's that balance thing with music.
Yes,
also,
yeah.
And so for me, I just kind of write what
Yeah.
I hear.
Yeah.
And I let it express how I feel, whether
Sure.
it's, talking about God or not.
Right. So talk about some of the songs that we just did, Moving On, and when we go to break, we're going to do Give Till It Hurts. But then I know at the end we do Ma's Dance, which is just like contemporary jazz or straight ahead kind of a jazz.
So I'm working on 2 albums.
Okay, yeah, get it together so we know where it's
two
coming
albums.
from.
One is a straight ahead jazz album.
Okay.
Jazz is my first love.
Yes.
Outside of gospel music. A lot of stuff we hearing today ain't gospel
Yeah,
music.
come on
It's
here.
something, but it ain't gospel music. Maybe it's Christian.
Yeah.
It's a mix between, but it's not gospel music.
True,
Gospel
true,
has a sound.
true,
And what
true.
we have now is not gospel,
Mhm.
but that's a different topic.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing is, jazz is my first love. So I went back, got orchestration. He's hired orchestrators. He's got real jazz players playing on the album.
Oh, love it.
And,
Do we know any of them?
Well, there was a guy, when Kevin Hayden did Bass Day,
Yeah.
he brought in a guy named Anthony Crawford.
Oh, yeah. I
Anthony's
missed
playing,
that.
he's playing bass on the album.
Nice.
I'm using a drummer out of, he's from New York, but he lives in LA. His name is Louis Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be using other horn players, Jamie, a couple of the guys
Yeah.
from Wisconsin. There's a horn section out of Dallas called Dallas Horns. I'll be using those guys, but they're
Wow.
real jazz players. So it's going to be big band. It's going to be
All kinds of stuff.
yeah.
Well, Chris, I am so glad that yes, baby. Put them on. Say something to the post,
Say hello,
baby.
CJ.
Hey, CJ. Well, we're so excited that you and CJ could be on the show today for stopping in real quick for us. We're going to go to Give Till It Hurts, and we'll learn more about Chris Payne later. Thanks, guys. We made it. Come on, 5 minutes. That was a year for him. Thanks, Chris. So that's really all we have for that segment. And then we're going to play some more of your songs throughout. I know that was a lot for you to come all the way here, but I appreciate it.
It's fine. It's definitely fine.
I think he is doing that low battery thing again.
Man, this song, I've been hearing this song a lot, man. This song, I done got used to this song.
Yeah, it's a.
Is this charging?
Shantina, I can pull you over now.
Okay. Let's see.
And if this is already on iTunes and Amazon.
Thank you. That's what I want
Matter
to
of
say when I
fact,
come
these
back.
last three are on iTunes and Amazon.
Okay, so when I come back, I'll
Oh, you
announce
can,
that.
yeah.
You did good. And then I reposted my groups too, Chris, so people can buy stuff.
And then can they go back and watch the podcast?
Yes, they can. And exactly.
Yeah, what does you have?
Feeny, I just want you to know I could not do this without you. Hey.
Huh? Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No. Let's go. We don't do that.
See you later, CJ. Bye. Okay, see you later.
So I do more. I do church announcements first. So I'm gonna go through that and then I'll introduce you.
It's about 3:27 and like 7.
I gotta get a little more organized, you know. Oh, you got the headphones? Oh, okay. Y'all can hear me.
Oh, that's live.
Yes,
Oh my
like,
goodness.
huh? What? I can't hear what he's saying.
It's live on your page.
What'd you say, Dwayne?
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's live on my page. But you looking at us, Dwayne. What you doing? People funny. You looking at us live. Dwayne about to go live. I'm like, you looking at us live. Like, this better than...
Yeah, ready?
Are we ready yet? No? Oh, yeah. You can fade down. What's up, y'all? That was Chris Crane. Give Till It Hurts. I love his music. It's eclectic. It's fresh. It genuinely is his own genre, and I love original artists. So make sure that you check out iTunes and Amazon.com, and you can find his music. I'll make sure I post it in my group Saved in the City. If you are not a part of that group on Facebook, then you need to get on there so you can remain connected with the amazing folks that I bring onto the show. So it is time for church announcements. I've been calling them Milwaukee Treasures, but the Milwaukee Treasure segment is going to be extended into a little later portion of the show now. But it's time for church announcements. I'm going to get a little theme song for it so we can really feel like we're going to the church announcements. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of talk about what we got going on in our city this week and really for the rest of the month. I'm so excited that on Sunday, October 30th, Envisioning the Future Incorporated presents Covered in Purpose with guest speaker Chandria Cooper and also the Mistress of Ceremony, Takara Whitman. And it's a really exciting event. Ticket cost is only $15 for general admission. It's going to be at the Grace Center. I'll make sure I post these events in my group as well. Also on October 22nd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., that's a Saturday, Surge presents How to Get Hired and Succeed in Life. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be at the Milwaukee Central Library, 814 Wisconsin Avenue in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I Care for Rare. They present It's a Sock Hop Bowl Night, and that's a fundraising event that's going to be held on October 23rd, 6 p.m. at Valero Lanes, located at 11737 West Burleigh Street. Registration for bowlers is only $25 and includes 2 hours of bowling, shoe rental, pizza, soda, and desserts. Families are welcome. Now, I thought this is really cool. We're going to talk about a really amazing event that's happening this Saturday. But if you're looking just to do a bunch of different things this Saturday, there's a lot of free events happening. So on Saturday, October 15th, there'll be free admission at Betty Brin Children's Museum from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Discovery World from 10 a.m. to 5, Milwaukee Art Museum from 10 a.m. to 5, Port Washington Historical Society's Port Explorium, 10 a.m. to 4, and then Port Washington Historical Society's 1860 Light Station from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then also on Saturday at 7 p.m. is the video shoot for Montre Slayton. You guys hear me talking about him a lot. He's actually going to be doing a video shoot for his video, It's Lit. It's happening this Saturday at 7 p.m. And I will be there at Kingdom Faith Fellowship Church. It's really, really a cool opportunity to have some fun. Basically, the song is about having a good time in the Lord without indulging in things such as alcohol and drugs. And that's exactly what they're going to portray in this video. So he needs dancers from kids to grown-ups. And he also needs spectators. So we'll be shooting in the parking lot area. Again, 4200 North Holton Street. Make sure you guys come out on that Saturday evening. Then also Festival of Praise we've been mentioning on October 19th, 7 p.m. at Christian Faith Church. And then Art, Accounting, and Wine. Why y'all keep sending me these sipping events on the Saved in the City show? I'm going to get y'all. But I guess Jesus did turn water into wine. But and this is Lydia, so I love Lydia. So we're gonna announce the event, Lydia. Art, Accounting, and Wine, October 19th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. 1850 North Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, second floor, parking in the rear. Not the rear. Get my language together, in the rear. The accounting firms. I'm so excited. And so now, oh my God. Y'all, I got Shantina Gladney in the studio audience. This is just, I've always said this to her. She's like a genius in her own right. She's always been well before her time. And we're here to talk about, I'm going to say, Saved in the City, My City, My Biz, which is an amazing event that's been happening now for 6 years. Shantina, welcome to Saved in the City.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
And, congratulations on your
wow.
show.
Tina.
Yes, allowing God to use you. I'm super excited for
Yeah.
you. So, yes, thank you.
Yeah, let's talk about My City, My Biz, because a lot of the events I've been announcing every week, it's been at My City, My Biz, like in its FEMA. Oh, at My City, My Biz. Oh, it's Raising Our Daughters at My City, My Biz. Oh, Saved in the City is doing a ribbon cutting at My City, My Biz. So let's talk about My City, My Biz. How long it's been in existence, how you've been able to sustain that, and what people can expect on Saturday.
Wow, My City, My Biz, like you said, 6 years. 6
Wow.
years, and nobody but God has sustained that through no funding or anything like that. It's all through the small and emerging business owners.
Yeah.
That's where the platform for a lot of them actually takes place.
Mm-hmm.
That's where a lot of dreams are birthed.
Mm-hmm.
That's where a lot of people are able to be coached into being able to run their business and really being able to just take it to the next level. And through the sustainability has been through the hope of others.
Yeah.
And by everyone pulling together their resources, we know, you know personally behind the scenes, as far as just being able to trust each other, but also collaborating. And then also, if one does not have as much as the other, when we all come together, we're able to end up with a great result. So
Exactly. And so, what can we expect? Can we expect anything new this year? Or, I mean, but really, every year it is kind of new because there's new businesses. Tell us what's going to be happening down there.
most definitely. And My City, My Biz, the great thing about it, first of all, our mission is to revive the economy in our communities, one entrepreneur at a time.
Yes.
And so through that, we've been able to make sure that the platforms that come aboard are ones that we know that shine a light in our community, for one, but then also that we know that it's going to enrich the lives of others, and that end up carrying over to that entrepreneur really being able to have the spotlight and to show what it is that they do. And so when you talk about the different initiatives, like for instance, your Saved in the City, you have a show, you're taking it right there to My City, My Biz to launch, but also not only launch, but to connect to the community, connect to those attendees. And then also we have Raising Our Daughters, which is a 1-year-old initiative that was launched by Shauna Weatherspoon, but that initiative the community probably knows nothing about. So we're there used as that vehicle to connect them. We have a social arts section that's going to take place this year. People love that, being able to socially connect and do the art with each other, but as well as the workshops. We have some of the most amazing speakers as well as trainers. They do not have the platform, correct? And so we've created that platform where we collaborate. We put them there to connect and educate, motivate our actual attendees. And I can't speak enough. It's just different things that we have and where the community is able to connect to those business owners.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's the secret? What's the magic? And people ask that because there's really no secret.
Yes.
But for just sustainability, there's so many people who start things in the city, and they stop for so many reasons. And you've had, as we all have, many reasons why you could have stopped. Why do you keep going? What's the driving force behind PMI Business Group? You can mention that as well. And Shantina, Coach Gladney.
Right. You know what? I believe, and many others can probably understand as well, one thing is to be important, but the other thing is be significant. And I found out that there are so many people that are depending on someone else to keep them going, in the same way that I've been blessed to be able to know that I can not only trust in God, but also to make sure that there's other people that have been part of that village to keep me moving and keep me going. And so I know that there's a lot of people, just through the testimonials every single year that we receive from people that said, you know what, I thank God for My City, My Biz, because I was ready to give up. I was ready to close the doors of my business. I was ready, so we were able to go ahead and move. If a person was ready to close down the doors of their business because they can no longer afford rent, we can go ahead and take you where God wants you to go anyways, and that's to make your business without walls, to put you into social media, to make sure that you will continue to keep going. And so those are the things that we are able to do, and that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps PMI Business Group going. That's what continue to know that if we trust in God this year, seriously, I was ready, and my husband probably can testify to that. I was ready to give up off of My City, My Biz this year. There's so many things, adversaries that come against you, but then God showed me there are so many more reasons why I could not give up.
Yeah, no, awesome. And so talk a little bit about Opulence Awards, and talk a little bit to the Facebook viewers too.
Okay, wow. I am so sorry. I am so not used to. I know.
And Dwayne was like, "Oh, you talking to me?" Her husband's in the audience today too. He's like, "Oh, you talking about me?" He thought I was pointing to him. I was pointing to the Facebook.
Yes.
audience.
Okay. I'm sorry. Hello, everyone. But yes, the Opulence Awards. That's definitely a platform to just really shine the light on those community leaders. So many times there's people that are doing things behind the scenes, and usually if we're doing it for God, we don't think to call the media. We don't think to put out there what we do for others, but there is someone watching, and God had me to begin to watch individuals and what it is that they do and initiatives they have in our city. And so we call them revivers. We have one of those revivers here, Pastor Austin. We nominated, and you're one of those recipients from years ago. But those are all. It's very important for us to make sure that we are able to shine the light on those that continue to shine the light in our communities, and that's the Opulence Opulence Awards show. So we've moved that. It used to be a separate event.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
we
yeah.
are opening up the expo this year with those community revivers,
That's awesome.
honoring those community revivers this year.
That's so awesome. So believe it or not, there are still some people who've never been to My City, My Biz. And I know that it's free and open to the public.
Yes.
And I know you have the different rooms. So talk about what is going to happen in each one of the different
Right.
rooms at the Tommy Thompson Center.
Exactly.
And where it's going to be and all of that.
Wow,
as well.
exactly. That's right. It will be held at the Wisconsin State Fair Park, Tommy Thompson Expo Center. And so that's at 640 South 84th Street. But in each one of our rooms, we have the main expo hall. We will have what's called the City Life Stage. So that's where a lot of different your event will be on the main stage. The Opulence Awards will take place. Raising Our Daughters will grace that stage. But then also we have inside of our main expo hall the social artists, as well as a lot of our major supporters and business owners that will be on display in that expo hall. But then also we have FEMA, which is our future entrepreneurs. We've been praying for someone to take over that area. And so every year we do, without doubt, we sponsor those 10 youth to open up their businesses. This year, Lanice McGee has stepped up to the plate, and she is launching that. We have some amazing youth that will be showing their business. Then also in the other halls, we have the different professional services, financial services, as well as we have the PMI Institute. We have a leadership institute that's launching next year. So be on the lookout for that.
Oh my God.
And so we have some amazing coaches and trainers that will be there for you to meet as they launch into the institute for next year. And but then also we have Erica Mitchell, which is she's a bodybuilder. She connects and she competes professionally, and so she will be there hosting, her and her sister hosting an actual workshop there. So it's definitely
so y'all need to get there. Saturday, My City, My Biz. It's going down. Kicks off at 10 a.m. Is it?
9 a.m. is the kickoff.
9 a.m. is the kickoff, and
Yes.
it's going to be at the Tommy Thompson Youth Center on the Wisconsin State Fair Park. Check my group Saved in the City on Facebook, and I'll make sure that I have it posted there. Thanks so much for coming in, Shantina.
Wow, thank you,
Yes,
Brandy.
and we're going to go to Chris Crane with Ready. Let's go.
Okay.
And I'll always repeat
you.
it. Good. Okay, we got time.
That's right.
Leave some of those.
Okay, sure.
Because
Yes.
I can take it to my job. My other
Okay,
job.
awesome,
Yes, this is
wonderful.
good.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yes, awesome show.
Oh, dear. Oh, hey, Mom. Come on. Okay. Mama, you don't have time. I need you to come there. We'll talk. She want a band. We'll talk about it. Come on, have a seat. Okay. So, because Mama, it take you a minute. Because it take you a minute to get your life. So come and have a seat.
Don't forget you're on air.
Oh. What? This is my mom. On Facebook Live. Put the headphones, because it's going to take her a second. Finny, this is my mother. Okay, you're good. Thank you.
Gabe, how's your mom?
Good. You know, she used to be there surgery. She'll be at.
She's good. She's doing. I've been praying for her. She's doing better.
Yeah, she will be.
So, okay, just let me know.
We're going to talk about healing today, too.
She'll
So
be out of commission for a little bit.
it's all good.